Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm nervous.
Why?
It's not funny. Alright, let's go now.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna tell a story.
Hi guys! Hi little sloths, welcome to my video today. Obviously this is not a mukbang. This is a more serious video, or we probably will be laughing throughout it just because you have to laugh through life even during the darkest times and the worst of times, and that's what we're trying to do for you guys today. And again, parents, I know this is a children's channel. I always say my mukbangs are like for kids and everything, so please don't watch this with your kids. It's not like kid appropriate, and don't worry though, we're not going to go into like gruesome details, but yeah, I just don't. All right, so today we are going to talk about why we broke up. Why we broke up and how it's affecting our life, and just to let you guys know where we're coming from. And I don't know, I try not to do that many serious videos on this channel. It's really positive and fun and stuff, but you are getting a glimpse into our life, and I do want to share the good and the bad with you. I want to try to be as real as possible, so I don't know where to begin.
Well, Nick, as some of you may or may not know, Nicholas went on a trip to America, to London, and to Asia.
My heart. You know, it's like when you get in trouble, you know, when you're like in the principal's office and you're
in a lot of trouble for what he did.
I've been through this my whole life. Oh, are you talking about now?
Yeah. Well, basically, Nick and I had a disagreement before he left, and we kind of took a break from each other, and I stayed in South America. And
this was last year. So in Colombia, you're allowed 3 months at a time. Every 90 days, you have to go back to your native country. You can do like a border run. I could like hop on over to Venezuela and come back, but then you risk being banned from the country. It's happened to some of his friends before, and since this is where we want to live, we do not want to take that risk. So every 3 months, I have to go back to the United States, and I was just gonna go and come back. Well, around that time of like planning it all out, we were starting to have major issues in our relationship. And this was like the first batch of them. After being together for about 2 years, like, you know, you're supposed to get some big... My parents went through lots of breakups before they got married, so it's not like this is out of the ordinary. But what I did, I guess, was out of the ordinary.
So we took a break from each other, and I stayed here in Colombia. And Nick went on a trip. Nick went to the US first, and then to London, and then to Asia.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that you did in Florida was he actually cheated on me with someone in Florida, like a day or two after you arrived to Florida, right?
Yeah. Oh, my heart! See which way I left on up. We really do need to go to therapy. Help! Mr. Noodle.
Noodles are therapists. Well, anyways, he did that, and I didn't find out about them until a while. But so then after, how many hookups do you have in Florida?
I don't remember.
Well, I think he tried to have 2, but he only had enough time for 1.
I don't know, two or something.
And then he went to Virginia, and he actually vlogged. He made a vlog, and he went into like a house, and it turns out that house was a house he went into to have a hookup with somebody else.
I mean, I didn't say it in the video. I'm just like, ooh, I'm vlogging around.
He was vlogging
Washington.
to go see his date.
It wasn't a... Oh, gosh. Okay, so during our break, I was just like, all right, I'm going to be adventurous. It's like, okay, you know, up until Orlin, I hadn't had a boyfriend for years. So like, from this point, and then the person before Orlin, we're talking like a good... Let's see, 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're like 6 years of not like being with anyone else romantically or whatever. So it was just like a test for me.
It's a long test.
Well, yeah. I was doing like little meet and greets around the East Coast, as you guys know, Washington, D.C., New York, Virginia, well, yeah, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, London, and Asia. And so this... I don't know if you guys remember. Well, I don't know how many of you guys saw those videos, but in a lot of my vlogs when I was in Asia, especially by the time I got to Asia, I was just ready to go home. I was crying a lot. I made a video like crying for how much I missed him, and he was like, "Oh, I don't deserve this. You need to come back. We need to work things out." Do you guys remember that video? That was probably like the first like sad video I ever put out for you guys.
Where are we? We're in Virginia now?
Yeah. Are you gonna go like spot by spot?
Well, in Virginia, you had one with a friend, a mutual friend that I met thanks to you. And then you had repeats, right? In Virginia?
No.
Yeah, the one with the Tempur-Pedic bed that you really liked. He double dipped.
I know you remember better than I do. I tried to block this out.
So he double dipped and he did something really interesting with the Tempur-Pedic guy. Yeah. And then he had another. You have another one? Well, you double dipped and you had a
there was
friend.
There was like 4 or 5 in DC.
4 or 5, yeah.
Dude, I was like, whoa.
Okay, there was.
Oh God. Okay. And then New York, there was like 3 or 4. But by the time I got to London, I was just.
You tried to get like 2 in London, but it didn't work out.
No. You
tried to do one in Pennsylvania, 2 at our friend's house, and it also didn't work out.
A friend's house? Who's one?
Our friend.
Oh.
You tried to do one there, but like you could never find the time. But you were trying really hard. But then you did have one at your parents' place, like close to your parents' house.
My parents might
but he did have one.
My parents might watch this now.
He did manage to have one in Pennsylvania with a very lovely guy.
He was a really nice person.
Who he turned vegan, so yeah.
I didn't turn him vegan. He said his ex was vegan too.
Okay.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys get the point. I was testing the waters a lot.
We forgot Asia. What about in Asia?
I didn't do anything in Asia.
You were trying really hard though.
But I didn't.
But you tried.
Okay, so we had a big argument over the phone by the time I arrived to Bangkok, and he had found out.
Yeah, he leaves a big paper trail.
Well, see, here's the thing. I was not trying to be sneaky. I wasn't trying to like cover my trail. I didn't care. I was just like, you want to know what you want to know. Did I delete anything? Did I delete any emails?
Yeah, you did.
When?
You deleted all the Craigslist posts.
That was after, but not like that was after. That was after he talked to me about it in Asia.
You should have seen the ads.
And I only deleted them because he kept on reading them every night, saying, "I keep reading them. I'm so sad." I'm like, "Well, I'm just going to delete them because the ads were like back in the United States. I didn't make them in Asia."
He made the raunchiest.
That's not true. They were not raunchy. They were very normal for Craigslist.
They were so gross.
Oh my God. Okay, so. What am I saying here?
Well, anyways, that happened, and we broke up because of this. And
we broke up. We broke up before I left. That was why I was.
Yeah, but that was like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
That was like the cherry on top. So that made it last until you came back here, which was like 2
months. A year ago.
Yeah, but like how long were you away? Like.
I came back in June.
So
it's now April. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December, March, April. It's been 10 months since this happened.
Well, in the extra, like, you know when you get an extra cherry in a cake and you really like that, it's like usually you get 1 cherry, but I got 2. Well, when he came back, he brought me a little bugger.
Brought a bug.
He brought me a bug. It wasn't a really bad bug, but it was a bug. And
we were afraid. We were very afraid of.
It was a gross bug.
I literally felt, you guys, like my world was coming to an end. It's one thing to take breaks. It's one thing to break up. It's one thing to test waters. It's one thing to have affairs. But it's another thing to get a bug.
Oh, yeah.
That could possibly end your life early.
He got a
And for me to think about giving that to you was terrible.
Yeah.
It's I feel awful. It's like, you have to take personal responsibility. It's like, luckily it was nothing serious, but
it was an uncomfortable bug. It was uncomfortable.
I don't know if you guys remember my vlogs from my channel.
It was we actually have to go see a professional for this bug, and the professional had to see. Now we live close to this professional, so every time we see her, we just
she lives in her neighborhood.
She probably thinks that we catch a lot of bugs very often.
What'd she say? It was in Spanish, so I don't know. It was like
she's like you should always use protection from these bugs.
She's like siempre.
Yeah.
Siempre. Always use.
And he had like a really bad case.
But here's the thing.
And then he gave it to me. But I didn't get it as bad as he got it really bad.
Well, we both went on. Remember when I went on antibiotics?
Yeah.
Remember I talked about this in these mukbangs? I didn't found out about this bug until like 3 months after living here. Like when I came back in June. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until like September, October that I was like, we have to get tested. And I sound like such a terrible boyfriend. You guys, I am a terrible person.
Everyone has problems though.
No. This is unexcusable.
Like,
I did something like that. I used protection, but you can still get, bugs from other types of stuff if you're not doing something a certain
what
thing.
type of stuff do you do?
This is kids rated. You can still get it from just like. Luna's like, I know.
Run away. Corra.
Corra means run.
Run.
Corra means run in Spanish. And I was just like, he was just like, corra, run, Orland. Run, corra. Oh my God. So I didn't realize I had it until 3 months after. So when I started in October with my very first mukbang on this channel, remember, like I was feeling really weird. Like all of a sudden my whole body would collapse. All of a sudden, like I felt like something was wrong. Got my blood tested. I got vitamin D in check. I started doing B12 shots all the time, and I thought it was the diet. I mean, it was everything. It was the diet plus the bug. You can have the perfect diet, but if you have a bug, it's gonna suppress your immune system. You're gonna feel crappy. So 3 months down the road, and I'm just like, we have to. I mean, he knew. We had talked about over the phone. But that was the hardest part, you know, being in Asia, being in London, being just in the United States and talking on the phone. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You look sad.
I'm so sad. There was a lot of sadness.
We're
laughing it off now, but there was a lot of sadness.
No, it was.
Yeah.
I told you, I was like, you deserve someone better than me. Mm-hmm. I say all the time, you deserve someone better than me.
Yes, girlfriend, yes. And it was like, yes.
And you guys remember I got put on antibiotics. I started talking about it in my mukbangs, and I didn't tell you what it was for. That's what it was for. And then I had to go on, and then he had to go on it because I gave it to him. And it was so painful. And I never ever, it was the hardest lesson I ever had to learn. I got really scared. And how do you we should go to therapy. Like, how do you move on from this? Like I don't know. Like, what do I do to earn back trust, to earn back it? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, I mean, we kind of worked it out, and I mean, now we're getting married. I mean, it's gotten better. I mean, it's not like you've been collecting more bugs anymore. Like, you stopped that hobby. Yeah.
Hobby.
Well, you did have one time where you didn't use bug spray. That's why you were so scared when you came back.
I know, because I just it was real quick, because I couldn't.
He didn't have bug. Well, he didn't.
My
use
mechanisms
bug
weren't
spray.
working. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so my I have to keep this G-rated. Okay, the camera's about to die. I'm so sorry. It's been 14 minutes. Okay, so my mechanisms were not working. You push the go button. Malfunction.
So you changed roles.
So it was just touched it, just the tip, And that was all, and it just happened, you're in the moment, and I didn't want, and I remember right after I was texting the person, I was just like, when's the last time you got tested? He's like, I'm totally fine, don't worry. I'm like, please tell me, my heart, and I was just like,
But if you read his profile, in his profile it said, I like to do things without bug spray.
Who?
It says that person that you met liked to do things without bug spray, because he took pills for bugs.
Oh, preventative pills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's getting dark.
It is dark. Well, he basically knew what he was getting into, though, because this person didn't like to use bug spray, right?
I guess.
And he could have been lying, and he could have given you something.
Yeah. So I don't know who I got it from. There were 12 people in total. Putting that out there, I'm forever gonna be shamed. But I'm
that
human.
You remember?
No, I remember. I was not intoxicated for any of them. And I didn't do any alcohol on that trip. None whatsoever. You know, I'm putting this out there. It's like this will hold me accountable, I guess. 'Cause I say to myself, okay, what do you do to hold yourself accountable? Like, I could make it up to him all I want. I could buy him whatever he wants. I can do whatever.
There's a lot of things I want.
What?
I want a cover for my car for the rain.
Yeah? Well, this is the first time I've heard it. You want me to buy you a cover for your car?
It's on record. He's gonna get me one.
I'm gonna get you guys. Step 1.
Today on April 1st,
Check
he says he's gonna get me a cover for my car.
Check my Twitter. You will see a photo. Can we get one today? Where can we get it?
On Amazon.
Oh, so we have to get it from Amazon? We can't get one here?
No.
For your model?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on Amazon right after this. I'm gonna order you.
We have a mukbang car. We get it, like the car solely used to buy cat litter, food for noodle, food for mukbang.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And a random little trip, like I said.
And like a trip
when we
to
like
get
to
food.
spend time together, we like to go out into the countryside.
And eat food there.
No, just like ride around, just...
Yeah.
What my parents always say,
And
go
eat
nowhere,
there.
do nothing, just driving around.
We eat there. It's like food trips. Like we go together to see beautiful scenery and eat while we're seeing the beautiful
It's just
scenery.
not, it's just time alone.
Like
Off camera, off social media. So you guys, you haven't seen 99% of our relationship. You see when we're happy, we turn on the camera, we're like, hey, we're happy to be here for you guys. You see when we're eating food. Usually 90% of the time when you're eating food, you're happy because you're about to eat and your stomach's craving it, you know? So a lot of what you don't see, it's off camera. And yes, you're gonna hear this story today and be like, oh my gosh, the poor Orlin, poor Nick, well, not poor me, poor you.
Oh, I'm sure people are gonna be like, oh, that is so bad. I don't blame Nick for leaving him. He's so bad.
Listen, no one watching this is gonna know the full story. And even though I want to like try to be open and tell you guys anything that's involved with their life, it's impossible for me to
the real story.
To give you, because first of all, for me to recall what happened 10 months ago, detail by detail. Like honestly, I can't tell you how many people it was in New Jersey. All I know is that the number was 12 in total. Yeah. That's all we know. So it's like things start to fade away.
There was a lot of failed attempts. Right? No shows.
That's not really.
Yeah, there's a text message that says, guys here are so like what is it? The guys here are so bad. They just leave you hanging.
So I don't really know what else to say. I just thought we could sit down together and let you guys know more about us, you know? I feel like when you watch YouTube, you kind of see people as being like idols or heroes or having these perfect lives or just being happy all the time. And this is another reminder out of a few I've put out on this channel already that I am human. Orlin's human. Our relationship is rocky like anyone else's relationship. And I really, you know, I've been into other relationships myself. I'm Orlin's first. I'm telling you, all of them have their extreme, beautiful, like movie-esque moments. And then you have these dark, terrible tragedies.
Tragedies.
You know, well, both of my exes both cheated on me in the past.
So you cheated on me in return?
See, here's the thing. This is why we need to go to therapy, because it's like...
There was one cringy text message she sent me.
Agreed that there was a break. And even though, like, I feel bad about it, even though I shouldn't have done what I did, even though I brought him back a bug and everything...
It's like, and while you can, run.
Kurra, run! This bird's smarter than we think. Oh my god.
You would have been so pissed if I gave you a bug.
Exactly. See, if the roles were reversed, I would be just like him, bringing it up every... It's not like he brings it up every day. Time is the best healer. For anyone watching this, I'm not a therapist, he's not a therapist. We aren't like certified to talk about relationships at all. But from our experience, we think that time is the best healer. Like a year from now, it's gonna mean less to us. 3 years from now, it's gonna be like, oh wow, we were young, we were 20, blah blah blah, like things happened. Would you say that time heals
yeah.
the best?
So.
And just for me, I've had to make daily effort to just show him, yes, that I do love him, and yes, I am attracted to him. Mm-hmm. Yes, he is beautiful, and yes, I do want to be here. I do want to grow old with him,